Idaho City is a historic mining town right outside of Boise, Idaho. And even though it only has a current population of 466 people, it was almost the capital of Idaho. It was plagued with fires and murders and even houses a creepy old cemetery. Join us on our 100-mile off-road ride to Idaho City.
Sasquatch is very rare, they're endangered. So for every person that subscribes to this channel, you will save a baby Sasquatch. We haven't even unloaded, and Brandon already wounded himself.
Yeah, that's a good chunk.
Poor baby.
Poor baby.
Yeah, that sucks. The whole thing was rusted.
This freaking
He should have put his gloves on.
You guys stoked?
Hey guys!
So stoked.
Time to ride to Idaho City.
We started our nearly 100-mile journey just northeast of Boise, right about here on 8th Street. One of the main reasons we wanted to ride up to Idaho City is because it has so much historical significance, not just for the state of Idaho, but also for the United States. It was the epitome of an old mining town where settlers would head in the hopes of striking it rich. Idaho City was founded in 1862 during the gold rush despite the turmoil of the brewing Civil War. By 1864, the population would climb to a staggering 7,000 people, making it the largest city in the Northwest, bigger than both Portland and Seattle. At its peak, there were about a dozen saloons, which may have contributed to some of the darker and more mysterious events surrounding the seemingly cursed city. We'll get more into that a little later.
So we're getting up here. We got into some snow.
We got some snow.
First snow of the year. Woo! So I think Adam said it's going to be like a competition of how fast can we get up to the top and get to Idaho City and back. It's a 92-mile ride, round trip. Here we go.
Stop up at Bogus and get some shots of us up there.
We made it all the way up here to Bogus Basin. So we got a little bit of snow, as you can see, and it's absolutely just gorgeous.
Dude, I'm so stoked that there's snow. I was not like riding in this kind of snow is like my favorite kind of riding. It's so cool.
It's gonna be so much funner because we're gonna head up and over this mountain kind of right here. So this road will go all the way around. And back here, there used to be a thing that was called the Bogus Creek Outfitters, and they would sleigh ride you into like this cowboy hut.
I actually did that as a kid with my family. It was so cool.
So Stuart, my buddy, he was the owner of that business.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
How
That's
funny
awesome.
is that?
What a small world. He probably owned it when I did it.
Yeah, probably.
Nice.
So anyways, that's the road we got to take, and typically there's a lot more snow on the back, but this has just been absolutely a blast. Hey, what are you doing over there?
I'm just looking at the creek.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Is it flowing real well?
It's a little yellow this time of year. This adventure, as always, is fueled by Squatch juice. If you guys haven't seen these new shaker bottles yet, you got to check them out. You can get them for $12 at squatchnet.com. These things are awesome, and $12 is an absolute steal.
After a quick break at Bogus Basin and talking to a few of the friendly staff they have up there, it was time to hit the trail again. The snow was an unexpected surprise that we all enjoyed. Luckily, we were already dressed for the cold weather. My heated gloves came in absolutely clutch. The trail that winds around the backside of Bogus Basin has some incredible views. If you've never been, you definitely need to check it out.
The views up here are incredible. And I definitely think all you guys from Main Street Cycle down to Mississippi, you gotta come up here. We'll ride this trail. You're gonna love it.
You guys are gonna have to spend like a whole week with us because we've been talking about it. We've got some pretty cool trails for every one of you. And it's gonna be a great week packed full of all sorts of riding.
Absolutely.
I would totally try to get out, but someone's kind of blocking my way here. And he's just taking his time. You know, just doing what he wants to do. What do you think so far?
Beautiful views.
Yeah, it is so pretty. I've never done this. You've never done this.
Never done it.
Ryan's never done this. Ben's never done this. And man, absolutely gorgeous. So if you haven't done it, you guys need to do it for sure. So make it happen. So we're going to be heading down to Placerville, and then we're going to head into Idaho City, get some lunch at the gold mine, take you on a little tour of Idaho City, give you a little bit of the history on it because it's really quite interesting, Idaho City and its history.
Time for some delicious lunch.
That's right.
You've never been here, right?
I've never been here. I've heard it's really, really good. And then after we get done eating, right across the street is the Idaho City grocery store. They are carrying our Squatch juice, so we got to go say hi and see how the inventory is doing.
All the machines made it up here just fine. Surprisingly, the Can-Am was able to keep up with the CF Motos. I can't believe it.
It was close. It was close. I think that Blake and Steve and Dylan, we need to work something out to get a new Z-Force.
Oh, dude, those Z10s are
those Z10s are
so
so cool. And I don't know, I might have to just do a two-seater because, yeah.
I gotta go for a four-seater, man. I wanna carry my daughters around and my wife.
Yeah. See, that's the thing is my wife, she wants to drive. She doesn't want to ride. So I'm gonna have to do another two-seater. I have to give a huge shout out to Sage, to Sawtooth Bushcraft, because I bought this kit from them that comes with a whole bunch of cool stuff like fire starter kit, a first aid kit, and man, such a lifesaver having that. So if you are going to be traveling and you're going to be going out on these long trips, you definitely want to make sure that you're carrying some first aid because you just never know what's going to happen. All right, guys, we made it down here to the Idaho City grocery store. And guess what they have?
Groceries.
And Squatch juice. So we're going to go in and see how it's going. We're going to go meet the owners. We haven't met them yet, but Adam walked in. He knows them. He got us in here, so we're going to go see what it's all about.
What'd you find?
So we found a little hidden gem, guys. We found the Squatch juice.
No. Yes. Hey, look. Country Time lemonade.
Country Time lemonade. Tastes just like it.
Adam just introduced us to blue raspberry licorice.
That's really good.
It's so good.
So good.
Yeah, come to the Idaho City grocery, blue raspberry licorice, and Squatch juice. It's the place to be.
All of the railroad and a lot of the stuff that came for the railroad and what actually pumped and took the gold in and out of here, a lot of it did come from Salt Lake City. A lot of the machinery, a lot of the trains, a lot of the...
It was probably the closest like big city, huh?
Yeah, it was.
Boise wasn't even anything back then.
No, Boise wasn't anything back then.
Idaho City was actually going to be the original capital of Idaho.
It was. So they had more people here per capita than anywhere in the West at one point. Few mining camps suffered more disasters from fire than did Idaho City. The town had two disastrous fires. The first was May 18, 1865, destroyed 4/5 of the town. The second on May 16th, 1867.
What's crazy is they're still not over their fires because they just had a fire like 5-6 years ago.
Yeah, it took down the whole entire strip mall.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
This poor town, man.
They
Just
can't-
plagued with fires.
I think that it's a curse. So when this town was founded, it was said to have the most gold anywhere. And people came from all over because they were told that they could literally just go down into the creek and scoop out handfuls of gold. And that's what brought Grimes and his brothers here. And when he got here, he died. So if you go up Grimes Creek to the top, you're gonna find where Grimes was actually buried. But this town has suffered a lot of loss. You have to come up to the cemetery when you come visit Idaho City. This has got so much history. So it has been told that there's over 3,000 graves, and out of that, only 28 of the 3,000 people died of natural causes. There's been a lot of stories around disembodied voices. There's actually one in particular where there was a couple of people that were doing a night investigation, and they heard this disembodied voice. And it was an old woman, it sounded like, saying Elizabeth. No one knows who it was or what it was or who Elizabeth is. One can only wonder.
With Idaho City fading on the horizon behind us, we started heading down the mountain in an attempt to complete the other half of our planned loop. We were met with easy trails, stunning views, and rapidly cooling temperatures. We passed through some interesting little towns like Clear Creek and Roby Creek, which I think would be super cool places to stop and explore on future adventures. But today, we're just focused on getting back before the sun sets. Our goal with this channel is to continue to explore interesting and mysterious areas all around Idaho and our neighboring states. So if you feel like we've earned it, we would really appreciate you hitting that subscribe button and following along for future adventures. And speaking of future adventures, we are super excited about what's coming next. We're heading right next door into Oregon to explore Leslie Gulch. It is one of the most beautiful trails I have ever seen. And believe it or not, we've actually heard rumors of Sasquatch activity in that area, so we're gonna do some research and see what we can find.
All right, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching our channel. We had such a blast.
It was absolutely incredible. Idaho City is amazing. If you've ever thought about visiting there, definitely go check it out.
The cemetery was very, very cool.
Yeah, super interesting for sure.
Absolutely. So if you guys want to take that loop, we highly recommend it. It was absolutely a blast.
That was
Super
fun.
cool.
Thanks again, guys.
Don't forget to subscribe and save a baby Sasquatch.